Alright, let's check out Not Even Emily. Let's see
Hello,
what
my
this
name is
going on.
Emily, as you may or may not know, and
I
long,
don't know
long
you.
ago, when I didn't have a ring light
Very
or a
new to me.
tripod to my name, just a stack of tissue boxes, a shitty camcorder, a Google Doc, and a dream, I delved into a place that I fear we've all been acquainted with. The I'm not like other girls community. And forget about acquainted, okay? Some of us were residing there. Historically and presently, being a woman is often associated with being less than. To align yourself with femininity is to align yourself with inferiority. And then this resulted in this sort of outdated brand of feminism that basically
No,
says,
you were in the
no, I
feminism
can be
community?
strong,
Oh,
capable,
Jesus.
intellectual, and intriguing. Like a man. I'm not like other girls. I can throw a football and I have a personality outside of nail polish. And listen, this is not supposed to be a serious video. Because I've poked fun at men a lot on this channel, right? For the ways that they put down women, demean women, pit women against each other, so on and so forth. And although obviously it is to a different...
I mean, she's basically talking about, like, the Andrew Tates, yeah, the Andrew Tates of the world.
extent, and it's in a different way.
Basically the people, I mean, I don't want to say the people on the whatever podcast are doing that, because they're only doing it to OnlyFans models, so it's, like, kind of different. Right? They're not doing it to, like, everyday people, so it's like, okay, whatever.
Women sometimes can do that too. Sometimes we can do that to each other. We can do anything.
But I'm just talking about, like, the manosphere people or the red pill,
you better be sure
right,
you'll
people.
know it. I will not get all high-pitched and excited over something with you. I will probably give you the weird look your dad gives you if I think something you bought was stupid. Stupid questions get stupid answers. So inspiring. You'll probably find me in the shop before the kitchen. And last but not least, you will never catch me competing with a 10-cent Barbie. Gotta weed 'em out, honey bun.
What the fuck is a 10-cent
There's
Barbie?
quite a bit to unpack here. Anytime a woman proudly states that they are not a girl's girl, you know, standing at the top of Pride Rock with a bullhorn.
Dude, we can't even see this person's
face.
face.
It's like, I just know that you had some bad experiences in your female friendships to make you feel this way. And then I start sort of taking on the rhetoric of how people talk to lesbians about men, where it's like, baby, you just haven't found the right one yet. Trust me, girl, there is a female friendship out there somewhere for you. And then you two can, like, both not go into the kitchen and go into the shop instead, which, hi, shopping, that's girly. No, I'm assuming they meant, like, for cars and whatnot. And then you and your female friend, you can get, like, matching wrenches or matching screwdriver, whatever it is that you find in, quote-unquote, the shop. What I will say is that you do not have to worry about this woman being fake to you. You know, she's not gonna pretend to care about something that she does not care about. You go up to her saying, oh, I'm so excited, I just got the new Sanrio X Labubu pink Coach purse, and she's gonna do this.
Oh, that's what Labubu is. It's fucking...
Also, comparing women to a 10-cent
bullshit.
Barbie, that's not very nice. Okay? If you called me a 10-cent Barbie, I would say, first of all, where are you getting a Barbie for 10 cents? And then, you know, I would do one of those things where, you know when someone calls you a bitch, and then you say, oh, well, a bitch is a female dog, and dogs bark, and bark is on trees, and trees are beautiful. So really, you just called me beautiful. I think that's such a great way to infuriate your insulter, because, well, it doesn't make sense. Like, you just called me a 10-cent Barbie? Well, a Barbie has an entirely smooth crotch, just like a pearl. And a pearl comes from an oyster, which is an aphrodisiac. And a pomegranate is also an aphrodisiac, and it's red, hard exterior, just like a big, juicy lobster. And a lobster comes from the ocean, and the ocean is a part of nature, and nature is beautiful. So really, you just called me beautiful. And could I have connected everything to the ocean when I talked about the oyster? Yeah, I sure as hell could have, but I didn't, because I'm a woman
sound
and
like
I'm
they're
stupid.
super
Sorry
full of
guys, the hair
themselves.
is going up because it is so freaking hot in my room. I wish that I had some top quality, lightweight, comfy clothing to wear. But it's a good thing that today's video is sponsored by Halara. In my honest opinion, Halara's clothes are comfortable and great for essentials. At Halara, they believe that clothing should support your movement and comfort, not restrict it. Their mission is to create pieces that empower you to embrace life with joy, authenticity, and
Clothing,
style,
no.
moving freely
Oh,
throughout
God, the
every part of your day.
clothing.
They strive to understand what works best for the Halara woman, right? Reimagining athleisure through crowdsourced and crowd-tested designs. On every second Sunday, Halara invites you into the Halara Circle, which is the heart of their design process. This is
sounds
where
like
you
a
can get a
cult.
first look
I'm
and
sorry.
feel of their latest designs for free. And it's not just about trying new
women
products,
things.
it's about shaping them, okay? After you experience one of their upcoming featured products, they invite you to share your invaluable feedback with them. Through a brief survey through email, you're able to give your own suggestions on where they can improve in the future. Also, make sure to use my code NOTEVENEMILY to get 20% off fully priced items. All of the product links will be in the description below. First thing I have to say about Halara is that they are selective with the fabric they use. So their clothes are soft inside and out. They provide the perfect amount of stretch, and they are durable yet breathable. And this is a huge plus for me. You don't have to worry about them being see-through. In fact, the only white tank top I have that is not see-through is from Halara, and my ethnic girls, you know why that's important. And Halara items are versatile, okay? You can wear them to brunch, vacation, to work, running errands, whatever your heart desires. They have a variety of colors to bring out your personal style and a variety of sizes, many ranging from extra small to 4X. Halara's goal is to offer fairly priced, top quality products so that everyone can have pieces that enhance their wardrobe and day-to-day outfits. So let me know, what was your favorite item, and shape the styles that you love. The future of Halara is in your hands. Make sure to join the circle and let us know what's next for you and your wardrobe, okay?
Yeah,
Let
this
us
is sounding
continue
like
to
a
be
cult.
inspired by what moves you. And again, if you want to get some of these comfy, top-notch pieces, make sure to use my code NOTEVENEMILY to get 20% off fully priced items. And thank you to Halara for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. Let's open these doors, see a bunch of women in the room, and say, I'm not like any of you. How many ladies can honestly say this? I still have my real nails, real eyebrows, real eyelashes. I'll wait. I'm sorry, the first time I read this
That's
and I saw
fucked
the
up.
I'll wait, I automatically just thought of a teacher. Me in the middle of teaching my 4th grade class. All right, everyone, let's put the colored pencils down. How many of you fake biatches can say that you have your real face? No
Jeez.
filler, no Botox. I'll wait.
We're talking
most
about
of you, that's
college,
good because
right?
you're all
And
9
college
years
and
old. Are you girls
university,
done
not
giving
high
each other
school,
lip
correct?
injections back
Jesus
there, or
fuck.
can I start the lesson and try to prepare you for the future that you seem to not care about? No one seems to give a fuck about an isosceles triangle anymore. Honestly, my husband's lucky. He got a $7 ice cream and $7 mascara kind of wife, instead of a $1,500 person, $80,000 car kind of wife. Oh, honey, with inflation, we're all gonna be the
That just makes me
$1,500
want to
purse
fucking
kind of
put this
wife
gun
soon.
in my mouth.
With the way things are going, my hypothetical husband would have to set aside a fund just in case I want an acai bowl. We have a separate savings account for eggs. And listen, some women do expect their man to pay for literally everything, so I understand
Yeah.
the sentiment of the joke.
There
And obviously,
are
I don't know your
girls like-
husband's financial state, and while we could think of him as lucky, we should maybe also ponder whether your husband would even be with the $80,000 car wife to begin with. Because the way this is worded, it makes it sound like he won some sort of wife lottery and just got lucky. And
Yeah, he got
happened to get
lucky with
$7 ice cream
the
kind of wife.
luxury,
It's
right?
time
The
to see
hot,
my fate.
luxurious wife. That's only
Oh,
for him.
Thank God I got a $2 chapstick kind of wife instead of
The
a
princess.
$300 Chanel lipstick kind of wife. Like, okay, you know, your husband might be lucky in a sense, if you want to think about it that way, but he might also just be logistical. Because I know that I don't have the type of disposable income to have an $80,000 car kind of wife, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
happy
crazy.
to report that I don't have one. And if I were with that kind of wife, I wouldn't necessarily call myself unlucky. I would call myself unwise. I'd rather giggle in his
Yeah,
arms
that'd
in
be
a
insane.
floral
That's like,
dress
holy
than
shit,
hustle in
overspending.
heels just to cry with 5 cats in a blazer.
Crazy cat lady?
Right. I mean, sure. I get what this person is trying to say, but it's also like, are those the only 2 options? You know, and we could go back and forth doing this all day, right? You know, I'd rather have my own salary in wide leg jeans than be gaslit by my boyfriend for the 4th time in a 5-hour period in ballerina flats. You know, we're just saying shit to say shit. Also, I like picturing this girl boss caricature hustling in heels to cry with 5 cats in a blazer, except she's not wearing the blazer. The cats
The
are in
cat,
the blazer.
yeah, which is weird.
I think that's beautiful. You know, she is hustling, sprinting in these Louboutin heels. She's sobbing, hyperventilating. She's pushing people out of the way, elderly and children, mind you, and she's thinking there's only
No,
one
my
thing in her mind.
lifestyle
I need to
is
see these cats in a
changing.
fucking large,
I
Zara
need it
blazer.
back.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I would have to admit that
I
would
need
rather
a
be
sugar
giggling
daddy.
in a man's arms than being, I guess, visibly upset about something. And 5 cats is too many for me, right? But
I'm
I
sorry,
think the only way
Fucking
I would be okay with it is if
two
the man
pets is already
understood
too
that
much.
I wouldn't be in his arms again, right? Like this was just
One
sort
is
of
already
a
too much.
tit for tat sort of thing. I was only given 2 options. You were raised on Sesame Street. I was raised on WWE Raw. We're not the same. Right, in preschool,
I was
when the rest
raised
of you
on
boys
both.
were playing with Elmo dolls.
Is that okay?
I was sneaking up behind you with a folding chair. When my mother was pregnant with me, she wore a wrestling belt around her stomach to ensure that I would come out a champion. And lo and behold, I came out punching,
Hell
kicking, and I
yeah,
ripped apart my
brother.
own umbilical cord. And this was the first thing that I heard. That she made the nurses play this out loud as I was born. No, I'm just imagining if I had a daughter and she brought over this little girl for a play date. I bring over the snacks and I say, okay, so what do we want to watch? Dora or Paw Patrol? And then this little girl gets right in my face and says, none of that shit. And then she slaps me across the face and spits in my eyes and kicks me in the shins.
Jesus.
Okay, here's another we are not
that's
the same
too aggressive.
sort of post. Okay. I'm not a Taylor Swift or Selena Gomez girly. I'm a girly that's listening to what my mom grew up listening to. We are not the same. I grew up listening to what my mom listened to. My dad yelling. Yeah, I would be
My
the
dad,
odds, but
Jesus.
I only listen to the
My
stuff that my
father
mom listened to,
issues.
so none of you would probably know it. I mean, you could just put it on. Maybe we would know it. Okay, if you want. This is one of me and my mom's favorites.
Honey, when are the kids' birthdays again?
Oh, Jesus.
What? I can't
Oh,
hear you. Turn off the
no.
vacuum.
Family issues. Oh, goodness
No, I
gracious.
can't just ask you later. I'm curious. What? I can't be curious about my own
Unstable
Okay,
family.
We can turn this off. And you know what? I don't know you, so this could be totally
Dysfunctional
not how
family.
you
Oh,
act, but I
God.
feel like this reminds me of the type of people where they're sort of like, I only listen to old music. People and artists you've probably never even heard of before. And then
the
the
hell?
singer in question is like Whitney Houston. And I'm also like, was this always a thing? You know, was this something that always gave people a superiority complex? Like decades and decades and decades ago, were there girls who were like, I'm not a Beatles girl or a Frank Sinatra girl. I listen to the sounds of the ancient pyramids being built and caveman grunts. We
What
are
the
not the
fuck?
same. I watched her as she
I
lifted
mean-
her face to the rain with her.
Right, I mean, it's the same, right? It's the same way with, right? I think some of the modern women now, right nowadays, they don't know who a lot of the old, right, musicians were back in the day. That's right, actually moved the industry, right? So I don't, so it's like, I mean, I guess that's just, I mean, even guys, same with guys, right? In today, right, people who were born in like over the 2000s. Right? They're not going to understand the same cultural relativity and knowledge that some people had back when they started listening and right learning about all that stuff. Right? Some of these people will never care about their history in a sense. So they just move on and just don't care and just care about the present and the future.
Her eyes closed, a slight smile on her lips. What was she thinking? Something about this
And this
action
is
seemed
just
off,
not,
and I
of
quickly
course,
realized why the
women.
posture
This
looked
happens to
unfamiliar
men
me.
too. It happens to
Normal
everybody.
human girls wouldn't raise their faces to the drizzle that way. Normal human girls usually wear makeup, even here in this wet place. Right. So it's sounding like you should be concerned that you're in the presence of an extraterrestrial. And you know, that's sound advice that I would give
Stranger
to all men,
danger,
right? If
stranger
you ever see a
danger.
woman barefaced, barf, and they're lifting their faces up to the rain, I'd say that's grounds to get the government involved. Because you're right. Human girls are always wearing makeup, especially in public. It's a part of our nature. One time I saw a blind
It's in
elderly
our
person getting
nature.
robbed outside of my house. But before I went outside to intervene, of course I did have to put on a full face of glam. Unfortunately, by the time I was done with my full
I'm
face of
getting
makeup,
robbed. Oh,
I
wait,
went
shit, I gotta
outside
put
and 2
this
other blind
mascara
elderly
on
people had
first.
already been robbed. And also at the end saying, even here in this wet place, where are we? Where are we? A swamp? It's like you're in the middle of a marsh or the Amazon rainforest, and this guy is like, wait, so you have food and water, but where's your Fenty highlighter and your MAC lipstick? You're a woman. Isn't that supposed to be more important to you? When my ex gets a big booty girl, but she ugly, so I can't even be mad because I'm pretty with no booty. Math. People are always saying women aren't logical, women aren't logical,
mean,
but look at
look,
the arithmetic that took
I
place
don't
here.
look. Yeah, I don't. For guys, I don't think it matters too much if you have a good asset ass or a good asset boobs or both, right? As long well, I mean, I'm just gonna be. Look, men are simple. As long as you're not gonna fucking shit on them, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be okay with anything.
To get to this conclusion. But you know, it is true that when you're comparing yourself to your ex's new partner, there is sort of this hypothesis that's going on in your head. If she has bigger boobs than me, then it doesn't matter that I wrote him 200 love poems. Because
Jesus fuck.
ultimately the poems were not that good, and her rack is amazing. And girl, don't get me wrong, to an extent, I suppose. I kind of understand you just because, you know, comparing yourself to others is natural. Okay? It's as natural as a spring creek on a lovely May evening, right? Posting it online, however, well, I think there are some things that are meant to stay in the group chat, and dare I say,
Yeah,
even
that's
your
another
mind,
thing. I don't.
right? And
Yeah, the
it's sort
people
of
that
this
do that shit
thing
where they just
yeah, it's like, if you don't
post
have anything
like
nice
their
to say, maybe don't
like
say
their
it at all,
relationship
and
issues
that is
and
hypocritical
shit
of
like
me.
it's like, dude,
Because
holy
some
shit!
of
I
the
don't
most
think you should
vile
be
things
posting
I've
this.
ever said in my life were in regards to my ex.
Because it makes you
But
this makes you
about
sound
your
like a
ex.
fucking
This is
asshole.
about your ex's new girl, and
Or this makes
who knows?
this
She could
makes
be a
the
lovely
other
woman,
person sound
right?
like they
I
were
mean,
doing
I guess
something
you did
illegal. Jesus
compliment
fuck,
her
man.
arsenal, but then you did call her ugly. And listen, if you're not concerned with the kindness portion and you don't care if you're being kind or not, think about the pride portion, right? This is something that, you know, if you ever feel like posting something publicly about your ex and their new partner, just imagine this, right? Imagine that they just got done having freak, nasty, crazy, mind-blowing sex. They're laying in bed, cuddling together, looking at your post and laughing about it together and making fun of you together.
Basically.
Take preventative action. Wow. You got a Stanley? I could never, LOL. I hate basic bitches and their Stanleys. It makes me happy to be different from everyone else.
God
They're just
damn.
overpriced cups for basic bitches to buy.
Basic.
Good for you.
Are you
I mean, this
sure
can't
that
be
they're
real.
basic? I'm pretty
Right.
sure
She's
that they're
speaking with
fucking
the amount of venom
they're
in her
fucking
words,
gold
like
diggers if
estranged
they're
family
buying
members
Stanleys
who
like that.
distance themselves because of their opposite political beliefs. Also, this sounds like dialogue written by a 45-year-old man for a teen Netflix show. Or even, dare I say, AI posing as a 45-year-old man who's writing for a teen Netflix show. Listen, would I personally buy a Stanley cup? No. And that's because I'm frugal and chronically dehydrated. This person seems very passionate about it. I feel like if you were to lock this girl in a room full of, you know, the latest female-centered fads, it would essentially be a saw trap for her.
Let's play a game.
Okay? The fuck?
You have 3 options. Take a Labubu. Can you let me finish?
Sorry.
Take a Labubu. A Sunny Angel or a Hello Kitty matcha face mask.
I'd rather take a hot iron rod down my throat.
That's not one of the options.
Well, it's what I would rather have. Your mom's mad that you're smoking and drinking. My mom's mad that I'm at the gym every time I answer the phone. We are not the same. You know, if I was your mom and every time you picked up the phone you were at the gym, I would probably be mad. You told me you were picking me up from the airport, and lo and behold, when I call you, the only thing you're picking up is that damn dumbbell. You know, your mom calling saying, honey, grandpa's funeral is in 5 minutes, where are you? And your only response is, on that fucking grind. You know, because of you, They're gonna start a support group for mothers whose daughters are always at the gym. Me and your siblings, we miss you. We haven't seen you since the summer barbecue of '09 when you got a little
Parents
bit too
will
excited
never
about
feel
Aunt Bertha's weight
satisfied
gain and then
to-
you tried
for
to
what
bench
you
her. Though I honestly do admire people who seem to be stationed at the gym though. You know, when I used to work 12-hour shifts in the hospital, we would get off of having like the worst shift of our lives, and then some of my coworkers would get changed in the bathroom and then immediately go to the gym right after. I'm scared. Okay, so this one's kind of a long one, but it is
I
a
mean, it'd
doozy.
be like
My
that.
guy, this is your insecurity you'll need to overcome. This is not on her. 42F here, and I'll be honest, being friends with females typically gives me the ick. I don't do petty small talk, I don't gossip, I don't give a flying fuck about fashion. I work on my own car, I scream, fuck 'em up, during hockey fights, and I think most females are boring as fuck, and I'd rather chew my fingernails off than have a girls' night with vapid wigs wearing
Yeah,
legs.
these people sound right. Some of these guys sound like they're
If
right
you want her to change, you're not the one
right
for
men
her.
going their
Don't
own
project
way.
your
Shit.
insecurities and expect her to fix them. Okay.
I don't
it's a
want to
mixture of
say.
different
Well, I
things
mean,
because
they could be
some of it
incels,
seems
but
to
at
be
the same
sound
time,
advice,
I don't know if
and
that's true.
there's this sort of internal misogyny explosion that happens. And then someone responds to her post, right, saying, personally, it's a red flag to me when someone is incapable of getting along with either gender. The old adage of, are you really encountering 100 assholes a day, or are you just the asshole? Having
Correct.
girlfriends isn't weird to me. Being unable to form relationships with women because they are women is. And then, of course, OP had to defend themselves, right? I'm so happy I'm weird. Being judged for having a personal preference, exactly why I prefer to be friends with men. Look how judgmental you're proving to be right off the bat. Yikes.
Well, that
We
was
just
that
witnessed
sounded like a
something
neutral
really
take. I don't
magical.
know.
Right? You saying,
That
"Look how
person,
judgmental you're
yeah,
proving to
the
be
person
to this
responding
woman."
just sounds
Meanwhile,
fucking
just one message ago,
right.
you called
Passive
women,
aggressive
and I
just
quote,
for someone just
"vapid
trying to
wigs
sound
wearing
neutral.
legs." I fear the judgment is coming from inside the house. And the thing is, you know, I don't know the context of like who she's giving advice to or whatever, but it sounds like pretty solid, you know, a little tough love type advice. But then she goes haywire with this, you know, with the hatred for women. Listen,
Yeah, I was
if
like,
you
what
want
the
this
fuck?
relationship to work out, you can't make her
Oh,
into
it was a
something that she's not,
female.
which is
I
just
thought it was a
boring as
male.
fuck,
I was
stupid
all like,
woman. No
what? That
skills
sounds
or
like a dude.
interests
No,
outside
it
of
was a
counting calories and
female.
gossiping.
Dude.
And almost the whole species is like that. Just a
Jesus.
pair of walking acrylic nails
Yeah,
that
I
are
thought
sometimes
males
for,
were
for
bad.
better or
Man,
for
females
worse,
are
mostly for worse.
female
So don't worry
on
about it
female
too much,
violence.
kid.
Holy
Just
shit.
focus on yourself. I mean, saying you would rather chew off your fingernails than have a girls' night, I'm almost like, I feel bad
That's
for you because
fucked
you
up.
just have never, you know, been
Does-
able to witness.
do you
the
hate your
magic of
friends
a
that
girls'
much?
night.
Holy
Especially
fuck.
in like middle school, sort of high school days, where you know you're having a sleepover with literally 10 other girls, and there's no more room on the floor, so you sleep on a glass table without a blanket. True story. But yeah,
what?
I need to give this woman a Hailey Bieber
I don't-
smoothie, a quinoa salad.
sorry, I'm
and
not a
walk her inside
female.
in
I don't know what
Aritzia
the
with
fuck
5
you
other
mean.
LA influencers and just see what happens. I feel like something will occur. Something that should be documented for future psychology classes. I woke up, proud stay-at-home mom. I'm not a feminist. I'm not fat.
Oh,
The sun
Jesus.
is shining. Enjoy eating meat.
Every time.
Life is great.
God damn it. Dude, when they say this type of shit, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's sounds like you're projecting.
Enjoy eating meat. Life is
Sounds
great.
like you're lying and projecting.
It's the little things. There's nothing better than a hot cup of joe, the morning sun peeking from behind the clouds, and the comfort of knowing I should have never been able to vote. I love the way that this is written because it sounds like affirmations.
Repeal
You
the
know, looking at
19th.
yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm not a feminist. I'm not fat. I fucking love meat. And listen, there's nothing wrong with proudly being a stay-at-home mom. In fact, I mean, those are one of the hardest jobs that there is, right? However, I am afraid for the daughters of this mom because, well, a fat-shaming, non-feminist mother. Hell, I might even be more scared if she has sons. You know, she's gonna be enrolling little Timmy into alpha male classes before he's even lost all of his baby teeth. But they also do always say that if you're too harsh on your kids, it can backfire and they'll rebel, right? little Timmy grows up to bring home his first girlfriend, who is a fat feminist vegetarian. And then his mom is about to turn to her,
oh
you know,
shit, little
boy
Timmy, you
mom
fucked
Facebook
up,
support
man.
group, who she's the admin of. So these posts are kind of giving a riveting saga of sorts. A beautiful spellbinding tale. Wife, why do women have to cook for their men? Husband, because by law, all prisoners have to be fed. Guys, if a woman grabs a knife while you're arguing, grab the mayonnaise and mustard, and her female
That's
instinct will
true.
kick in and she'll make you a sandwich. Sis, you're not a snack when you have 5 kids by 5 baby daddies. You're an Arby's 5 for 5. You've had the meats.
What the
If you have more
fuck?
than 3 baby daddies, please do not vote. You will pick the wrong man again. I said what I said.
Ugh.
Now listen. I don't know this woman, okay? Satire and ironic humor, it's huge right now. So she could be doing something like that. However, I have a bad feeling in my gut. And it's going up towards my chest and radiating down my arm. I might be having a heart attack. This sounds like stuff
Might
from
be going
Girl
into
H.
stroke
Davis's
mode.
Notes app if she were taking a stand-up class.
Oh,
and
it's
when
that
she
chick.
presents this shit in front of the class, it's absolutely silent.
She's basically
Like
the
even
red
the
pill
crickets
for
are
women.
quiet, you know? And it's also reminding me of the type of jokes that would be on a t-shirt that you print out at the boardwalk. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like the beach boardwalk t-shirts that are sold on in the stores,
Correct.
and it seems like the sense of humor has not developed since 2012.
Correct.
Like the world really did end for them back then. You know, it's very much so giving, cool story, babe, now go make me a sandwich. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
Those relics?
Yeah.
So this one doesn't really have much text,
That's
but
an old one.
I think
Get
the
back
image
in the
speaks for
kitchen.
itself. It's hard being the black sheep of not only your family, but your entire species. Although this image is sort of calling other girls basic, which isn't very nice or productive or helpful, I do love
I
the
think they're
idea
talking
of just
about, like, the
holding up
Valley
a sign
women,
that says
right?
error whenever you don't feel like you belong somewhere. For example, me in the gym in front of the machines that I don't understand. When I'm in a group of people and they
Error.
keep talking about inside jokes that I'm not a
.exe.
part
Oh
of.
god.
Me at any sports game. You know, that would be such a fun way to let
Error.exe.
people know,
Oh
hey,
shit.
I might be in the wrong place. POV. They hesitated, but I walked in with flip-flops and showed them I bring more to the dance floor than the girls in heels. A foot fungus. No, but really, showing up to the club in flip-flops? Oh, that's crazy work. Like, girl, I hope you have your tetanus shot. And I love the fact that she mentioned they hesitated. I just love picturing this girl
Is it the
busting
bouncer?
the doors wide open.
Yeah, because
Mute.
in a sense they
Everyone's
kind of do
record
have a
scratch from
dress
the DJ
code,
and
right? Some of these
everything. But to be honest,
places
you know,
do have a
dancing in flip-flops seems
dress
hard.
code.
Right? I can
So
hardly
it's like if
even
you
put on a pair
also,
of flip-flops
why
without
would you be
being
dancing
extremely
in
cognizant of the
flip-flops? That
fact
just
that
that
there's
just
essentially
probably
a
feels
thong in my toe crack. I can't
uncomfortable.
really even walk around like that, let alone do-si-do. Just
Yeah.
admit that you're jealous. Interesting. The power of the parentheses. This teaches us that if you try hard enough, you can fat shame with anything. Me, pretty, cute, puts in effort, chalant, good music taste, cares, good sense of humor, sweet, smart, smelling good, always helping others. Other girls, a bitch. That's awesome.
Just straight up a
Feeling
bitch.
inspired with that one. Ugh, why can't you be more normal? Why can't you be more interesting? Right. Girl, you're literally holding up a skull to your face like it's a flip
To
phone.
be
Why
or
can't I be
not
more
to
normal?
be? That is the
Why
question.
can't you be more interesting? I say while I'm dragging a dead body in a wagon behind me. You know, this is very Tate from American Horror Story coded, right? Normal people scare me. Why, you people are so normal and boring. Why can't you develop a personality and help me bury this body? So this post involves a lot of emojis, so I'm just forewarning you that I'm going to be describing them out loud, right? How do
Why?
I say that I am this lesbian with the following emojis? American
Oh.
flag, muscular arm, Christ, gun, baby. And I'm not this lesbian with these types of emojis. Trans flag, rainbow flag, smiling devil, vaccine, pregnant man, face mask.
What?
You could just say you're a Republican. This is why I don't understand girls and I only play with boys. You lassie are too big on drama and assumptions. They need their own spaces, and it's just a small
All
gesture that we
all
can get
these
over
people
easily,
posting on
even
fucking social
easier than
media are
reaching
looking for drama.
orgasms.
Like
So
what?
it's
You're literally
not easy.
posting for drama, or drama.
You know that
videos.
women's
Right,
orgasms are like
this
a
is
little
the
fickle
discourse you
sometimes.
wanted,
And
is
I'm
it
saying
not?
this as a woman, right? Sometimes it can be a little bit of an
Or
environmental
else you wouldn't have
thing,
fucking
right?
posted
There was
that
one
thing.
time that I even just sensed the presence of a fly in my room and it completely took me out of it. You know, sometimes if there's a draft or the sheet is crumpled
Right,
under
you're
me in a
posting
certain
something,
way, it's
you're
like, I
obviously
basically have to start
in
over at
turn
square
looking
one.
to get some
Okay,
form
I'm
of
done.
engagement,
I
are
hope
you
you all
not?
enjoyed
Like
today's
what?
video, and listen,
I'm
I know
lying.
that the new camera, it might take some getting used to. It might take some getting used to, but I am begging of thee to please give it a chance because, well, I spent a lot of money on it, and my old camera, it's about to be barely functional. So I think we're gonna have to make do, guys.
Are you gonna fucking toss that?
But
Are you gonna fucking
thank you all
smash
for
it?
watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me
It's
know,
going
have
to
you
be
ever had
barely
a moment
functional,
where, you know,
so-
a I'm not like
Oh.
other girls moment.
Does that mean you're
Comment
gonna
down
smash it
below,
on stream?
and
I'm just
stay
kidding.
hydrated, eat a good meal, hug your family, and until next time.
All right, there you go. Not even Emily. There you have it. Just women, right? Just women crashing out on each other, you know? As usual. Fuck hell.